outside can come in.
Yep.
So what about that? What part of that do you find so difficult to accept? Because, I mean, our colleague here, Mr. Ali Ahmed, says it is worth trusting these people, these actors from outside. They have our best interests at heart. And of course, Mr. Cameron himself has said, if we don't help Somalia, Somalia will be exporting more terrorism.
Let me tell you, my friend, these external actors have been around for the last 21 years. They were not outside Somalia. And they have never, ever brought any stability. Rather, there was always a counterproductive process. Let me tell you one thing.
Okay, so who was inside Somalia? We know that the Ugandans are there. We know that the Ethiopians have been there. We know that Kenyans are there.
All 18 conferences preceding this were held outside Somalia. And it was managed by international community, so-called international community.
Yeah.
Let me give you a very, very concise idea. There were no any paradigm shift in this conference. All along 21 years, there were one policy, and that is containment policy and conflict management policy. It has never been a conflict resolution or founding a political solution for the Somali problem.
So what does conflict resolution and political solution actually look like?
There is obviously a difference between conflict management and versus conflict resolution. Conflict management means to keep the status quo by managing the conflict and doing phases for it. Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4.
Yeah.
And conflict resolution means to go to the bottom of the problem, to solve the heart of the problem. And the heart of the problem, as I told you, is a political, it's not military. This militarization of Somalia has been since 1992. It's all failed. It not only all failed, but it produced more catastrophic dilemma and put Somalia in a vicious circle.
So are you suggesting, wait a minute, I really must come in. Are you suggesting that any trace of Ethiopian military should be completely gone? The Kenyans should pull out, the Ugandans should pull out, any other foreign troops?
My friend,
the
country is under occupation. That is the reality of Somalia. So-called TFG, for example, people who have been invited here, some of them were ousted their offices 2 or 3 months ago by their parliamentary themselves, like Sharif Hassan, who's been ousted by his parliament. And the government of Britain has accorded him a red carpet. This is a contradiction for the statement which is written here, Somalis only can build their country. But there is a contradiction. How on earth you bring 50 countries into the fora and to manage the Somali as stakeholders, so-called stakeholders, and say at the same time the Somalis should solve their problem? This is completely a contradictory statement. Now, bring Milizanawi, people like Milizanawi, and ask to the solution of Somalia. This is a mockery. This is ridiculous.
So, what would your policy be toward Al-Shabaab? Because in this country, of course, they are seen as the highest priority.
Al-Shabaab are symptoms. They are not. Do you know when the first Al-Shabaab name I have heard? When the Ethiopian force came in.
So 2006?
2007.
2007.
Yes. At the time, before the Ethiopian intervention, there were only Islamic courts.
Yeah.
And then suddenly, because of this, it's a reaction. They are a reactionary group. It's a reaction of the Ethiopian occupation.
But they're now here.
Of killing their fathers. Wait a minute. They're here. Yeah. But if you bring the same problem by bringing Ethiopians, inviting Ethiopians to invade Somalia, then you are actually creating more Shababs, more extremism, and more havoc to the country.
Okay.
This is a zero-sum game. There were no any progress. It was only, I would say, if you go to my balance sheet, the conference was successful in PR.
All right. Let's see what our